Redell Olsen et Charles Robinson. On va faire une lecture d'affilée, c'est-à-dire qu'on ne fera pas de pause entre les deux lecteurs-performeurs. En revanche, à la fin, il y aura un cours organisé dans la salle qui est derrière. Je voudrais tout d'abord remercier la galerie Jérome Poggi, Simon Poulain et toute l'équipe de la galerie de nous accueillir ici ce soir. I apologize to our British friends who are here tonight. I'll just blabber on in French a little bit, not too long though. Juste quelques annonces. En octobre, nous aurons une lecture avec Liliane Giraudon et Ethan Adnan. Et en décembre, nous accueillerons Lisa Robertson, qui est ici avec nous ce soir. Et si vous voulez avoir les informations sur nos lectures, vous pouvez les avoir sur le site internet www.change.org et vous pouvez vous inscrire à les listes de diffusion. Je voudrais simplement mentionner que dans la galerie ce soir et jusqu'à la fin octobre, il me semble, il y a une exposition de Vittorio Santoro. Donc attention à la planche qui est suspendue derrière. Et au store ici, ne les déplacez pas s'il vous plaît. Très bien, on va commencer là. Et je voudrais surtout remercier Charles Robinson et Redell Olsen d'être ici ce soir. Donc on va commencer la lecture avec Dell, qui est écrivain, performeuse, qui vient de Londres et qui a publié plusieurs livres de poésie, dont Book of the Fur, Secure Portable Space. De 2006 à 2010, elle a été rédactrice en chef de la revue en ligne Howe, qui est une revue dédiée à l'écriture poétique et critique des femmes. Elle fait aussi partie d'un groupe qui s'appelle les Electric, how do you pronounce that? Crinolines. Et elle est membre du Centre de recherche poétique de l'Université Royal Holloway, où elle dirige le master de pratique poétique créatrice. Et elle co-dirige avec plusieurs amis la série de lectures à Londres POLYply. Et vient de sortir donc, ce livre qui est remarquable, qui s'appelle Punk Faun, publié par la maison d'édition Press. Et donc là, on invitait Redell Olsen à l'université Paris-Est pour 2 journées sur son travail, donc aujourd'hui et demain. Redell.
Secure portable space. Showing that displays, exhibits, indicates, etc. 1971, between show fully and show glass, nothing but several hued feathers. Born as a glass case for exhibiting valuable or delicate goods, she left a respectable presenter to view in the provinces to deliberately pursue her notorious career in the outward appearance as an other building in which wares are displayed. She assumed an aristocratic showering and became a showroom of memory. Several dismayed their display by running off to become the rooms in a large mansion regularly shown to visitors. Knowing that whether or not she had colluded in her exhibition, she was now a show, a bath in which water from above is poured in a shower above, a person. She abandoned herself to presented to view and ran away to become a statement or presentation of figures, accounts or the like, and a glass in which something is seen. Shohoi, shohoi, imitative of the cry for scaring birds. Shoal, obsolete form of shovel. Gulp. As the whole is best before boundary, gravitate to horizontal to take a measure. The skin in dust pretense at telescope, structural duress under paint faces, bit factual that stump, cliché to fixture taken as a photograph, by all means do, written in pencil, outside the window was happy, mitten for rapture, essential debt, word sucks, book for daylight, system handling, explanation as breakage, a cardboard spaceship to believe in. And I'll read some from Sprigs and Spots, which is a piece that was written as the voiceover to a silent film made in the 1930s, which is a documentary film of lace in Nottingham. And I'll read the epigraphs. It's got a number of epigraphs. First one's from John Ruskin. And John Ruskin is thinking about the moment where you move from handmade lace to industrialization of lace, so making lace in factories. The whole value of lace as a possession depends on the fact of its having beauty, which has been the reward of industry and attention. If they all choose to have lace too, if it ceases to be a prize, it becomes, does it not, only a cobweb. And the next is from Ben Jonson. And how will you be able, lady, with this frugality of speech, to give the manifold but necessary instructions, for that bodies, these sleeves, these cirques, this cut, that stitch, this embroidery, that lace, this wire, those knots, that ruff, those roses, this girdle, that fan, the t'other scarf, these gloves, hark, what say you, laddie? And the last epigraph is from Ada Lovelace. Whenever from any point without a given line you draw a line to any point in the given line, you have inflected a line upon a given line. To the lace chambers, never a sewing machine, occasionally landscapes or seascapes, often each other's activities. The straight bolt, the circular bolt, double locker, the rolling roller locker, the transverse warp, the pusher, bobbinet jacquard, the levers, show flush with tiny spots or sprigs, hand or machined, one method for making ornamental function, yet another for figuring, or, although the favourite motifs remain wide, ruffles at elbows come in, what does not change are years, tiny spots and sprigs. Needlework operators employ props, spots and sprigs. Pose shows virtuous and genteel in spots and makes ornamental, painted spots, walking outside, or the sprig and the spot in an interior. The moment for making ornament meant manufacture of English bone lace. The stitcher, her work not stabilised, but works in hand. Rather than on frame, embroidery and paintings suggests an appreciation of an artistic life display. Blue surrounds blue. Periwinkles complement yellow. Of dress, subjects not to wear upon, one method for making ornamental, as a blue vase arches overhead, overheard, much admired for his execution in radiant colours, both oils and in pastels. To hold her hands in the prescribed sprig, no cut, no brass bobbin winding, a rose up to slip, winding, hanging, clipping, velvet capped with silver, stocking frame length beaming, shoulders reproduced, yarn machined, to hand pure or counterfeit embroidery, lace in different net grounds, twist to framesmiths. Given per an inch, she'll take an ell or a yard at least, set of operations, the sprig and the spot, strolls along the first 30 years, machined with tiny spots, 2/3 is greenery, one method for making ornamental. Hunched over, piece of dark, heads bowed, enter the redcoats, exit, hat and cloak. Hands of a man occupied, weaving the first 30 years with tiny spots or sprig motifs. Sides with loops close, strings while she speaks, view of spots or sprigs. Wherewith the sew lace of my life and tinsel full of gold. Lace with curious works, knight of the Shire. Lace and a gypsum of silk, dagger and a lace hanging had he to play into, oh, lace I be left alone in. Frugality of speech, to give the manifold in a line of life machines, jacquard powers and asserting cells full of gold and curious with hangings, all tied in crimson, some wound in spinning arms of hair, laced silken with operatives, picking up the broken thread doubles as yellow, taffeta rethread as legs. Some wound up in a lace hanging down at their backs, velvet laid with gold, lace doublets of yellow satin, which red silk and gold, lace doubles of yellow taffeta. Machine the first 30 years with tiny spots or sprigs, painted workers dressed in blue-violet, complexions or leisure people, bold with splashes of colour. This back to the viewer, eyes to the lace, fashioning for what, with tiny spots, knitting for the troops, a tradition handed down since revolutions. Weareth about his neck a lace full of precious stones, their hair with the silken lace behind their shoulders, so single-tied with crimson, lace and of gold. Repeats and laid about the sprig and the spot, woven as shrouds to words to hold the shuttle, and bites off the first 30 years as a piece of thread to loom in decorative wool, stuff, pulsing in fabric, yields, shows, shoes, ankles, operate the punching machine in serial motive. So I think this one's going to have a tiny bit of it translated. This is from Punk Faun, which has just come out from Press, and it also has a couple of epigraphs which maybe make sense of it. This one from Isabel Deste. I'm sending you all these details in a small drawing so that you, with both the written account and the drawing, you'll be able to consider my wishes in this matter. And that's to the painter Perugino, and she commissioned him to make a painting for her studiola. And the other epigraph is from Matthew Barney, who says, in these installations I was working with the model of an audience which is not watching a live situation at all, but the broadcast of an activity that's going on simultaneously elsewhere. The mask of poems' true description of a personated with the several anti-masks, or nymph, the late vision of London. Punk Faun, a baroque pastel, or the mask, a true description, titled Against Itself, a ticker application running text on commodity mini LED display, personated with several anti-masks, for being a true account of lives in studiolos, streaming market hall interiors, sometimes bleak with rockin' figures. Deers on the main road display solutions beyond star furnishings, and all wildness rocked in styrene. Ladies of honour with some ground under before demalled to panel recession. Wistful drive towards a cloven poetics down experience economy betwixt the acts in pastel grot, such O's with pastoralist fancies. Clunk rewind for juke, clunk juke or fast for info wall. Presentation by grotesque, devious animal, high bids got up in brocade.
Je traduis le titre, c'est un titre à rallonge. Faun Punk, un pastel baroque, ou Le Masque, une description véridique, intitulée contre elle-même, application téléscripteur, texte courant sur marchandises, mini-affichage LED, incarné par plusieurs anti-masques, étant un récit véridique de la vie dans les studiolos, mur du marché en streaming, intérieur parfois sordide avec reconfigure, biche sur la grande route, solution d'affichage au-delà du mobilier star et toute sauvagerie rendue rock par styrène, demoiselle d'honneur un peu campée avant relégation à la récession panel par fin des centres commerciaux, virée nostalgique vers une poétique fourchue le long de l'économie de l'expérience, entre les actes, en pastel grotte, c'est haut avec tocade pastorale, clac, rembobine jusqu'au juke, clac, juke, ou avance-rap, mur d'info, présenté par grotesque animal déviant, surenchère, apprêté en brocart.
From the capitals of every pilaster, the strange music of wild instruments, seen divided into two parts from the roof to the floor, the consorts both sound again as one amazed speaks. pages return toward the sea.